Hello friends, I am Dr. P. K. Paul. Welcome to my channel. Let's think differently and change our life. So friends, we want to be much bigger in life. But to become much bigger, we have to work with our consistency. But can we actually work like this? Before starting any work, I don't like the sound, I don't like the mind. There are a lot of sounds, a lot of words, I can't even think of them. So, wait, not today, I will do it from tomorrow. And this tomorrow will never come. We have to make our dreams come true. And after a while, we can't even dream big dreams. So friends, if you want to live from this situation, then I will tell you to read The Magic of Thinking Big of David. So, today I will discuss with you the review of The Magic of Thinking Big. And then I will tell you the reason you can also be successful. Part 2. Remove the burden of excuses. That is, we will be able to remove the burden of excuses. And remove the second part of the sphere. Part 3. Remove the fear. If we remove the third part of the fear, we will be able to remove the fear of any kind of work. Part 4. How can we think big? Part 5. How can we think and imagine in a seasonal way? After this part, we will learn to think and imagine in a seasonal way. Part 6. How can we think and imagine in a seasonal way? How will the human being of the first generation be in front of our four sides? Chapter 8. Make your vision with your own. That is, how will my own vision be with my own? The technique of his, the method of his, is mentioned in this chapter. Chapter 9. Keep a correct attitude towards people. That is, how to keep a correct attitude towards yourself and other people. That is mentioned in this chapter. Chapter 10. Keep a correct attitude towards yourself and other people. That is, how to keep a correct attitude towards yourself and other people. The technique of his, the method of his, is mentioned in this chapter. Chapter 11. How to change the future. That is, through this chapter, we will be able to learn how we can change the future of our lives. That is, how we can get the knowledge of the future from the future. Chapter 12. Keep a correct attitude towards yourself and other people. That is, through this chapter, we will be able to learn how we can change the future of our lives. That is, through this chapter, we will be able to learn how we can change the future of our lives. Chapter 13. How to think like a path seeker. That is, through this chapter, we will be able to think like a path seeker. After reading this chapter, I understood that it is very important to know the path seeker. Let's start. If we look around us, we will see many people who are using excuses in any way, in any work. Actually, these people are addicted to a human disease called excusitis, which means an excuse-making disease. And this disease makes a difference between a successful and an unsuccessful person. Where an unsuccessful person has a list of various excuses, a successful person has everything in the same state, he takes responsibility for everything. Albert Edison did not have a formal education degree. This could have been an excuse for his success. Abraham Lincoln could have been an excuse for his poverty. You will find many such examples. If you want, you can give many excuses. But they did not do that, they gave responsibility and succeeded. This excusitis is a disease that keeps growing like any other disease. If this is not treated properly, then at any difficult time, if any excuse is made, to save yourself from taking any action. Like his body is not good, he is not educated, he is not well, his parents are not loyal to him. Then his mind does not select any reason and always uses that reason to understand himself and everyone else, why he cannot move forward in life. The biggest problem is when he uses this excuse again and again and settles in his subconscious mind. First of all, even if the subconscious mind does not believe it, he does not believe it by saying it again and again. For this reason, this disease reduces our self-confidence and willpower. Now, in the same way, for most of us, this disease is not successful and it is the biggest reason for everything. If you think about how you will save yourself from this disease or succeed, then try to understand these words of the author with a very clear mind. The first type of this is the middle class mentality, where there is fear of failure. We middle class people have the same technique from the beginning. When we make a mistake as a child, our parents, Gurujendra, says that if you don't do this, then people will laugh at you, people will call you bad. Even if it is big, we keep this technique in the same mentality. So whenever we want to do something challenging, we think about what people will say. And this is our problem. If we think about something big, then we can't take action for it, and we can't share it with anyone. Then we think, what will people say? People will laugh, etc. We have had this kind of situation that you have thought of an idea and shared it with your friends. And they discuss it with us that you don't have money, you don't have any degree. If you fail, people will laugh at you. And then we leave this idea. Our problem is like that little elephant. When a little elephant was stuck with a piece of iron on his leg, first the elephant tried to break it. But even after getting hurt again and again, he could not break the iron. Because he didn't have the strength. Now he is growing up with this thought that he will never break it. But when he grows up, he can easily break it if he wants. But he never tries to break it. The iron cycle is a long story. Even if you tie it with a small rope, he doesn't try. So all his life, the iron cycle that is stuck in his mind is cut off. So the iron cycle that is stuck in our minds, which is actually very soft, you have to break it to bring out your real power. Because the foreigners are not responsible for all inventions and creative works. We can do that too. Action is the cure to fear of fear. It is the cure to fear of failure. Whenever we have any idea, we don't have to worry too much about it or waste our time to tell it to different people. What you can do, they can't tell you. Why not? They can't do much in their own life. What advice will you give them? Whatever you are going to do, bring them into the possible action. Now, in this way, you will be able to break the fear of being inside you. The second type that can be seen as bad luck. I will tell you that. Is there any luck? There is. But can we believe in this? I will not say. Your luck can give you any opportunity. But if you are not ready for it, then you will never be able to take advantage of it. But if your luck does not give you support, then it will come to you today. You just have to be ready for it and look for it. Just like a dry leaf lying on the road of a person who trusts on luck. You can fly when there is a storm or a storm. But a person who is prepared is like a bird. He can fly whenever he wants. His luck is not in our control. So, we have to blame him for our preparation. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to happen, he will first start preparing for the work. So that whenever you get an opportunity, he will only knock on your door. Then the third type is intelligence excuses. We have heard the sentence many times. That I do not remember things easily. My brain is very bad. That's why I can't do it. This is actually a human disease called intelligence excuses. It happens in different people. But there are many people among us who suffer from this disease alone. Why not? He can't say it to someone else that his intelligence is very low. But there are always two mistakes in this case. One is that we underestimate our brain power. And the other is that we underestimate the brain power of someone else. And that's why we are short-selling ourselves. Those who think like this leave the challenging situation. Because they think that doing this is very intelligent. But in the future, it will be seen that much less intelligent people will do this work. The amount of IQ we have is not a matter. But the amount of IQ we have, how it will be used, is a matter to be considered. Dr. Edward Taylor. He was a famous scientist. He said that if a child wants to become a scientist, he should not have a lot of intelligence or a lot of memory. He said that he does not even need a high degree in school. The only thing that is important is his desire for science. A person with 100 IQs with interest and a positive attitude can achieve anything. A person with 140 IQs can achieve anything. You just have to keep one thing in mind. As long as no work is achieved, stay in that work. A person with a lot of intelligence can achieve a lot. So friends, be careful to give or stop the script. Just do not rely on luck. Have faith in your intelligence. Be confident in your work. And always tell yourself, I am the best. End of today's video. If you want to listen to all the parts of this book in detail, then the link will be given in the description of this video. And subscribe to this channel and follow up. Later, or every day, one part will be uploaded to this channel.